1.2 roll call.
Judge Marco Ponce,
Here.
Commissioner Jose Armenta,
Here.
Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Here.
Commissioner Julissa Talamantes, here, Commissioner Bradley Rubalcaba, here, all present, Judge.
We do have a quorum. Pledge of allegiance and salute the Texas flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to Texas, one state under God, one indivisible. Testimonial hold of presenters, please be advised.
That if you are here to present today, that you are under oath before Commissioners Court. 1.5 public comments.
Judge, I have a public comment.
Give me 1 second. We have We have one public comment by Mrs. Mary Sandoval, tax assessor collector.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Morning.
I just wanted to bring attention to an incident that happened on Thursday, July 16th. Our system was down for motor vehicle, and we were notified. Several counties were affected, which we were one of them. System remained down till the following day. We were being updated by DMV and our own regional office. IT was sent over by Commissioner Talamantes. IT cannot work on that system. It belongs to the state. All of the equipment does. IT is aware of that. So I understand probably a constituent reached out to you. I'm not sure. But in cases like this, I would like to be contacted before something like that happens, so I can address the issue to the commissioners and let them be aware it's under control, protocol was being followed, and hopefully constituents won't get the wrong impression that by complaining or I guess bringing it to commissioners that they can do something about it, which really nobody can. Like I said, it was under control by the state. I can't do anything, local IT can't do anything. We just have to sit and wait. It's not the first time it happens. It's not gonna be the last either. So I just wanted to bring it up to your attention. Thank you.
Other public comments?
Yes, Judge. So, last week on Wednesday, sometime in the afternoon, we got reports that there was what appeared to be oil in, back of the Espantosa subdivision. By the end of the day on Friday, I had went ahead and sent up a drone to see if we can get visual eyes on it. I sent an email to your office, along with Selena, letting them know that, the report had came in. Friday morning, I had a meeting with TDM. I reported it to TDM, and by 5 p.m., 4:30 p.m., both reports were made to the Railroad Commission and to the, what was the other one? TCQ. There you go. As of right now, there is still no confirmation of what it is. It doesn't appear to be oil because the solution is mixed in with the water, and usually typically oil just sits on the top. But there are traces of oil in the water that is causing concern, and is why they're not wanting to 100% say that it is not oil in the water. As of right now, they collected for testing, and they went ahead and they dropped them off yesterday at 3 p.m. So then we should have a rush notice to see what it is exactly that we're dealing with.
Thank you. 1.6 approval of minutes of regular meeting July 6, 2026, emergency meeting July 22nd, 2026, and special meeting July 24th, 2026.
So more subject to the record.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.1 approval of bonds.
No, I gave it.
No bonds. 3.2, discussion and appropriate action, approval for CSYSA to utilize the Bowman or stockpile area for the 2026 soccer season.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Hello, my name is Christine Catalona Guerrero. I am the Vice President of the Soccer Association. We are here with a member, Estela. I am the Vice President and I am taking on more administrative duties as I know after this season I will be inheriting the association. We are here to request if we can use the Bowman Field for the 2026 soccer season. I did state on the agenda about the stockpile, which is the field that's across from, when you're going down industrial, it would be to your left. But of course, there's no water and light, so Bowman would be the ideal. There's a concession stand. We do open the concession stand to multiple agencies in, or school affiliations. Anybody wanting to raise money, they can use the concession stand. It does not go to the association. It does have the water, the restrooms, and the lights. So we were just wondering if we could have permission to use the field. Our season will start on September the 14th and last until our regular game would be November the 18th, which is the Wednesday. But we do have an end of year tournament and that would be on Saturday, the 21st of November. If our uniforms, we are to start registration starting next week for the next couple of weeks of August. If our uniforms do not arrive on time, then we will move our season 1 week back, and that would start our season on September the 21st.
Sabrina, will it conflict with the baseball league with the 8:30? Or they would be done by then?
I think they would be done by
I
then.
think they're all year round.
All year long?
If I'm not mistaken.
I'm sorry. Our
Yeah,
games are on
you're talking about
Mondays.
Jesse Lombardi?
Mondays and Wednesdays?
Yes, ma'am. It'd be from Mondays to Wednesdays from 6 to 8. Our games are at 6 o'clock and then at 8 o'clock. So of course, when we pick up, we'll probably close tonight, but it's just on Mondays and Wednesdays.
And it doesn't interfere with any other scheduling?
Because Jesse Longoria is a travel team, so they're year round. Yes, ma'am.
But I'm asking, is there any
I'm not in charge of that. Sabrina would be the one to.
I would have to get with the coach from the travel team to see what their schedule, their practice schedule is, to see if we'd be able to accommodate that.
So, since this is only like a season, basically, it's only for a few months, and they're practicing year round because we're not in the middle of the baseball season, correct? Or they play year
For
round?
travel, it's baseball all year.
I guess maybe seeing if it is blocked off, maybe if they can make some accommodations, just because the soccer association is only from, September to the end of November, maybe adjusting some times, if you're fine with it, Commissioner.
I'm sure they'll adjust to
Yeah.
it. Mr. Lombardi is real good about it.
Motion.
Excuse me, they do utilize Bowman for practice, the soccer teams do. So,
I
that's
see what
gonna
that
interfere.
might interfere
Yeah,
as well.
because I know we have games Mondays and Wednesdays,
But
but
the
as long
other
as the
days-
gate's open, they
They
go
will.
in during the day.
Okay.
So that
So,
might
I
be-
mean, I just don't wanna have them out there or give the teams permission to be out there and then somebody's already there, and I don't want any difficulties or problems to come back to the county or to the association.
Is it okay with you guys to share the field for practice? And of course, on Mondays and Wednesdays when you guys have games,
Why doesn't A3O just go use the Alanis complex for practicing during the association so that they can have it for that short month?
Technically, our season would start in October. The reason we asked for the fields ahead of time is because we need to prepare them. We need to, put the lines and everything and get everything set up so that we have it ready. So, that's the reason we asked for it ahead of time. So that once we get the teams designated, then they can go out there and practice. But, once we get those teams designated, they're calling, well, when can we use Bowman? Well, we can't use it technically till the 14th, because that's when we asked. Well, it's open, no, you can't go out there, I can't go out there until you allow me to go out there and fix the seals. So, we wouldn't have a problem if, but the thing is, like I said, we allow the teams to go out there.
So you would need to utilize it the fall week essentially, with the exception
Pretty
of
much,
Friday, right?
pretty much, yes.
Did you have a question?
Go ahead.
Y'all, the days that y'all practice, do y'all utilize lights at night or?
We don't let them, we don't let them, the only day that we utilize the lights is the days of the games.
Okay, so for your practices, is there any way we could accommodate by cutting the grass, that second location where you were talking about, Christine?
On the stockpile, that'd be great,
Yeah,
sir,
because
if
the
we
grass
could
is
use that,
really-
if
yeah,
we
it's
can use
really-
that for,
It's even flat and the grass is really nice and
if
thick.
we,
We would just need to cut it so that you could utilize that area for practice.
Yes.
if the court allows it and that can happen, then we can, since there is another organization who's using it, if we can give our coaches another field to practice on, that would be no problem, that would really help us out, and then the other organization.
If we are allowed to use it, then we can go out there and mark it for, say,
For practice.
one field. So that, at least we'll have that. We may not have goals, but at least they have a place to practice. Most of the coaches take their portable goals with them, so that's not.
That would be great.
Christie,
Mande.
and Ms. Faria, there's also the basketball court in Regalville. There's a space towards the back that you guys can use for practice if any team wants to use it for
Awesome.
practice.
Okay, thank
Awesome.
you. I'll
And
write that down.
also, we have, one in Asherton, I don't know if they wanna drive to Asherton, but we have fields over there too that they can
Yeah.
use for practice.
Well, maybe.
If there's any teams from Chetka.
I was gonna say, there's probably some kids that can go out there and practice.
They can use that too, and we have the goals since we have bought it for the soccer field.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
That,
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, ladies.
yes, I had one question, was there gonna be a fee, and if so, who do we pay?
I think we have to do a minimum fee at $50, correct?
I thought we could do 10.
I think we did 10.
Whatever y'all want.
Okay,
It's not a-
Motion for $10.
Okay.
I'm gonna amend the motion.
Yes,
We'll go.
To the arena,
Yes, to Mrs. Sabrina.
We'll sign it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I will
I'll
sign the
move for that.
contract.
It's only for the Bowman field because the other fields are open to the
They're
public,
open to
so
public.
yeah.
yeah, okay.
I'll
So,
take care of the food.
Are you sure, sir?
Thank
Thank you, we
you.
appreciate that.
Thank you, we appreciate it.
Just make sure you still sign the contract with Sabrina.
Yes, we will.
we will.
Thank you.
Have a
Three
wonderful day.
point three, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Constable Precinct One, Mr. Rudy Lopez, for the months of June and July 2026.
Motion to table.
I have a motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.4, discussion and appropriate action. Monthly report from Constable Precinct Two, Andres Arambola, for the months of June and July 2026. He advised the court that he is out of town.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.5, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Precinct Three, Mr. Robert Valderas and Juventino Torres, for the month of July 2026.
Morning.
Good morning.
Motion to approve.
Give me 1 second. Are there any questions?
Everything up and running in your answer?
Yes, other than, Chino's unit is down, with a defect on the transmission, so it's at the shop right now. But other than that, we're good.
Other questions?
It's not a new unit.
It's a new unit.
It's a new unit?
It's the new unit?
It's just like how Manuel Rosa's vehicle went down,
Yeah.
it's,
Same.
these Chevy defects are,
A sensor or stuff.
they're having issues with the transmission. I think there was gonna be a recall on a lot of those vehicles.
Other questions? I entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion. Motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? The motion carries. Thank you, Constable. 3.6, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Constable Precinct 4, Mr. Manuel Rosas and Connie Estrella for the month of July 2026.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Councilman, I wanna thank, Connie for going out there and helping us for the food distribution on, Tuesday. Greatly appreciate the assistance.
Yes.
Questions of Constable Rosas?
Motion to approve.
Everything up and running in your end?
Yes.
Any other questions?
I see you also doing the neighbors.
Yes, we just got that set up, and we were able to, we're in compliance now.
Good.
To go.
How was your training?
Good, yeah, everything's online, right, but it's, which one, the PIO training?
Yes.
Oh, yes, the PIO training was good, yeah, a lot of participants and, everyone trying to get it in, even schools, districts, and everyone, so.
What is y'all's Rachel profile do?
At the end of the year, so probably, January, February, it'll send us a deadline.
Motion. Any other questions? Motion by Commissioner Montes. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Constable.
Thank you.
3.7, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from County Extension Agent Ms. Alyssa Cruz for the month of July 2026.
Motion to table.
Motion to table by Commissioner Noguera.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.8, discussion and appropriate action. Monthly report from FCH agent Ms. Carissa Munoz for the month of July 2026. She did advise the office that she was out at a training in Uvalde, I believe.
Motion to table.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.9, discussion and appropriate action. Monthly report from Rodeo Arena Event Coordinator for the month of July 2026.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Morning.
Motion to approve.
Any questions of Mrs. Villarreal? If there are no questions, I have a motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. 3.10, discussion and appropriate action, approval to repair the roof at the rodeo arena.
Judge, I placed this item on the agenda due to the recent rains. We've been encountering a lot of leaks inside the entire building to include the rodeo arena and most importantly, the conference center. We're having issues where these leaks are starting to create moisture in the light fixtures, and that's a great concern. As we all know, water and electricity don't mix well. Mr. Perez has been assisting with this. He contacted, the architect, and, we obtained, a quote on the repairs for that roof, and it's roughly around 11,000.
9,182
Was that one?
75 cents.
Okay.
Well,
So
this
that's,
is what this reflects. I don't know if you have a different number.
that's it.
That's what they said.
So that's basically where we're at. Pretty simple format. It's gotta get repaired unless anybody has a different.
Is this by board?
Yes, it's just,
It isn't required to be Bible, but we did go look at to see other
vendors.
vendors or repair people. They looked around.
This isn't by word? You said? Commissioner,
Yes, ma'am.
so the company, and are they gonna warranty the seal?
Yes, they would have to warranty it and it would have to be in writing.
So I had a similar issue, at the border patrol station, and I'm still having it, so kind of what we've been using is, the flex seal. You know, but considering that this building's a lot newer, if you feel like we can get it done at one time and it has a warranty on there?
The Flex Seal, Commissioner, I would really consider for a minor repair wherever there's
You're having
a
to.
leak. But this seems to be a large scale of repairs from one end of the roof to the other. And honestly, the rodeo arena is really not the concern because I mean, I've been in there where it's dripping and it's on the dirt, even though it shouldn't be. The biggest concern is the conference center, the indoor part. Because, what's happening is our tiles are developing, moisture and we're constantly having to replace them. And now the light fixtures we removed 3 light fixtures the other day that have water inside the ballast.
I think what they do is unscrew the aluminum, whatever it's called, and then they'll seal it in.
I think that's what they're gonna do because when they went out there to try to figure out what the actual issue was just the fact that it wasn't, the sheeting was not placed correct.
Yeah.
From what I see in the pictures, I see it worn out on the sealant. So I'm assuming that they're gonna take it off and then reseal it again and take care of it. Because this, at least they lasted this long because with this heat and all that, it expands and cracks.
I don't see an issue, with this being the method of which you wanna go to replace it, and especially if it's gonna come with warranty. The only thing that I think that I would point out is just take into consideration the letter of interest that was signed with Strider. That's also gonna take in proposals based on like roofing, AC and things like that. But I think it's just being proactive. I would just get with them maybe to give you a second quote or opinion before deciding which one to go with. But if y'all feel like this is, I mean, to me, what counts is the warranty that you're gonna get for the work that's gonna be provided, you know? And
It's a
it being the
2-year,
roof.
it says it's a 2-year warranty for the workmanship.
I'll do motion just with consideration to get with Strider because we did sign that letter of interest and that is something that's within their wheelhouse of, things that they offer.
This,
Yeah, but I mean, it's, if he chooses that he wants to go with this company, that's 100%.
this was a recommendation from the architect,
Okay.
because he did look at it, and that's why he recommended. we go with
You're
this.
talking about the architect that assisted in the building of the arena,
Correct.
correct?
I feel like it's up to, Commissioner Uranda's discretion if he chooses which are
Well,
more.
honestly, Commissioner, I personally don't have a preference of who fixes it. I just wanna get it fixed, cause at this point, it just really needs to be repaired. If not, I foresee further issues and,
More damage.
yeah, and I would hate to stand here and have an issue of a fire or something just because we procrastinated or took a little on
What
our
is the
shoe.
motion? I've motioned and, to approve for them if he wants to take a look into Strider Electric and Commissioner Noguera to give a second.
So your motion is to approve subject that they speak to Schneider?
Does he have to speak to Strider?
Who's trying?
It's your
Strider
officer,
Electric, it's up to his discretion
Who's Schneider?
if he would like to.
Aaron Garcia. Schneider's Aaron
Well,
Garcia.
no, but this has nothing, Aaron Garcia is on the electrical side, I think we're misunderstanding what's going on here. We need the roof patched so it doesn't need water. Aaron, regardless of what Schneider or Aaron says, it still has to get patched.
No, yes.
She was just saying for you to pass it by him to see if maybe he had other potential.
We can, no,
Yeah,
without a doubt, it won't hurt the situation, I'll contact him. Matter of fact, I was supposed to call him yesterday, but I'll contact him and ask him if he can not come fix it, but give us his
Commissioner.
note.
So the letter of interest that we signed, remember, with, Strider Electric was for the energy effective cost for the construction. So like at the Border Patrol Station, they're taking the roof, the AC, and everything into consideration, the electrical. It's like kind of a one-stop shop, but we did come through Commissioner's Court and approve a letter of interest with them. So they're gonna give you a quote. It could be for the roof too, but they do more than just that. But it being your area, it's, I believe it's up to your discretion unless you see any legal,
I'll contact him.
so motion and, second by Commissioner Noguera.
I have a motion by Commissioner Talamontes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.11 discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Dimmit County Golf Course for the month of July 2026.
Motion to table.
Motion to table by Commissioner Odena,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.12 discussion and appropriate action, approval for JP4 clerk Elsa K. Jimenez to attend the Texas Justice Training Center 16-hour new personnel conference on August 18th through the 20th. Morning, Judge.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
This is the first time taking the course?
Yes, it's gonna be the first time, but actually she's been working with me like 6 years.
Yes, yes. Motion to approve.
Are there any questions?
Uh,
Go ahead, Commissioner Odena.
if I may, Judge,
Go ahead.
Judge, I was gonna ask you, and you're the first one I've asked from all the JPs, but is there any way that we could obtain a report from your office indicating how many magistrations and how many inquests are performed for the fiscal year?
Oh, yes, for sure. Yeah,
I would
we can
appreciate
get
it,
to that.
thank you, Judge.
It's gonna be a while, but we can get you that information.
Okay,
Yes.
I appreciate that.
No, that's not a problem. Also, I was gonna ask, there's some, money left over in the line item, training. If that's, it can go like a night before to avoid all the traffic in San Antonio that morning.
It's in San Marcos, Judge.
Because you know, it is the traffic in the big city. You never know.
No, I know, I'm just saying that because you said San Antonio, but it's in San Marcos and,
No, but she has to go through San Antonio.
she should have been able to go the night before if it starts at 8 in the morning.
I believe it's at noon though.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie to you. But I believe it's registration at noon, then classes, begin.
oh, okay.
But I just wanna get your approval on that. We
So,
do have the
yeah,
money
class
on our
starts at,
training line item. left over.
12:45 PM. I don't see an issue with it, considering the fact that if he does have the money in his line item and for public safety, because I know that even Sir Mark is that way, it is a pretty long drive in the morning, especially trying to get there in the morning. I feel like since he has the money in his line item, it's to his discretion, motion to.
On your voucher, Judge, she put it on here to go.
I
to-
believe so,
Yes,
Your
sir.
Honor, yes.
Yes, she put it
Oh,
on
so
here
she
to
put
go
it-
on.
Oh, she
here.
did?
Yes, sir, she
Okay,
did.
great.
So
Well,
we
I just wanted
approved,
you all to know.
yes, sir, if it's approved the way that it was submitted, then it's submitted that she, either the night before.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, cause she's gonna go in on the 17th, and
That's what she
classes will
put.
start until the 18th, yes.
That's what she put. Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Is there any other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Odena. Yes,
Do I have to abstain?
you can if you want. Commissioner Odena, motion made and second to Commissioner Talamantes. I have one abstention by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries.
Since we're related, I rather.
Your Honor, with all due respect, by what date do you need that kind of information?
If possible, Judge, before we start working on our budget.
Okay, I'll try to get it as soon as we can.
Okay, Judge, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
3.13, discussion and appropriate action. Approval for County Clerk Claudia McDaniel, Chief Deputy Clerk Belinda Sandoval, Deputy Clerk Sally Flores to be reimbursed for travel to Secretary of State Summer Regional Training on July 9th in Kingsville.
Judge, the reason that's a reimbursement is because we decided to go, or we were encouraged to go by our Secretary of State trainer after the time it passed to request ahead of time. And, so he felt it was necessary for us to go to update us on the, Senate bill that's pending to go into effect.
And you're asking simply for meal reimbursement, correct? And then for one travel.
Yes, we went.
Okay. Any questions?
Motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Odena,
Second.
second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. 3.14, excuse me. Discussion and appropriate action to approve the interlocal cooperation agreement between Dimmit County, Carrizo Springs, CISD, and Southwest Texas College for the administration and cost sharing of the November 3rd, 2026 general election county clerk.
So for the November election, the school district will be having school board elections, and of course, as you know, the junior college, will be putting on a referendum for annexation, and I believe, board of director member. I've been in contact with both entities. The school, I believe, will be presenting it soon. I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting contact back from the junior college, but she was the secretary was the one that had asked for the contract in the first place, like, and I got it rolling. So I'm gonna try and contact her again, but I know I needed to push it from my side
Do
regardless.
you know what the cost sharing is? What the cost?
It'll be split into thirds, Judge. We won't know what our costs are because it'll depend on the ballot count and all of that and how many hours we put in for the election terms and stuff.
So it's gonna be the school board elections, the college is gonna add the annex, and then the county election, so it's gonna be.
It's all goes
Three.
on one ballot, and so we all, share in that cost, and then they contract with our office to conduct the election.
And we just don't have a cost yet, as of right now.
We don't know what the cost will be.
Usually it's at the end of it.
Motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.15, discussion and appropriate action to approve the appointment of election judges for a one-year term.
I believe it's in your packet a list of the election judges per precinct and, just election law states we need to appoint them for a one-year term. Granted, it's a small town. If something happens, they can't participate because of work. We've had that happen. So we'll just find somebody else to slip into that place, but at least this kind of sets it up for the year.
That was gonna be my question. Say one of these, I know you have something say to be determined as an alternate, but,
Right, as an alternate.
would you have somebody there? to-
Yes, we do have,
And
other, the clerks that work the elections, second or third person that works for each precinct. But sometimes work schedules conflict and they may not be able to, so then we have to insert somebody else. So rather than
but
designate.
by us appointing this list, where do we get, how can we justify, or not justify, but if you have an alternate, if it wasn't approved by the board, how does that affect the election?
It won't, it'll just be somebody who will just kind of move up into that place.
Again, if we don't have enough people.
He's asking if
On
today,
the list of alternates.
correct,
Yes,
because today we're approving TBD, so he's asking if we don't approve Joe Blow and he's the alternate.
I can, speak to my secondary people.
I would like a list,
Of all-
just in case, that way it won't be conflicting on,
That's not a problem, I can provide.
so
I have a
do
question.
we, so do we table this, or
If-
would you want it passed with the stipulation that you will add the names
I
in?
would prefer that, and I can update you, probably within the next day or two.
Okay,
Good question.
Yes, so I see for 4 and 5, it's the same individual. Is there like no conflicts because it's 2 different precinct
No,
areas?
it's in Asherton, so precinct 4 is Katarina, precinct 5 is Asherton, so they're held in the same facility.
So then that's why there's only 1 person.
Correct.
They're
Okay.
consolidated, or.
I just didn't know like it was a type over, like maybe just.
No, they're
the same.
combined.
Okay,
Yeah,
We don't need to have.
precinct 4 and 5,
they're combined together.
this court approved that those polling
Election
sites
polling
could be
sites,
in
right.
Asherton because of the amount of people that weren't coming out of Katarina, so
I
to
recall now.
to cut costs, so that name reflects the person that will handle
Both
that polling
areas.
site.
But she's only gonna be needed to be at one location during the election sites.
Correct, which is the Asherton City Hall.
So we're doing he did a motion to approve with the stipulation of adding the TPAs within 24 to 48 hours? Is that what your motion was?
Commissioner,
yes,
that's your motion.
Second.
so that's the same.
And I will get those alternates right away for you, and then I'll include that list as part of the,
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.16, discussion and appropriate action to approve the contract with DSHS to allow county clerk's office to issue remote birth certificates.
So this is something I've been working on for a little while. Currently, if you want a birth certificate, we can only issue you a copy if you were born into the county. This would allow us to be able to give you a short form birth certificate, even if you were born in a different county in Texas. So rather than going to Uvalde to get it or getting it from the state, you can come to us.
So this is to approve Dimmit County to be considered
by remote.
a remote office that you can do that short form, because that's what Uvalde does now
Yeah.
as well.
They do it. And
Yes.
so, I had somebody a few months ago request, ask if we did that service. I didn't know we could do it. And so I started contacting DSHS to see if we could become remote, and it's a.
Are there any costs related, Mrs. McDaniel, with the contract?
No, it's the same, $1.83 that we currently pay
Okay,
to the state. It would just be, it would continue on.
okay.
And I've already had Mr. Gonzalez look it over. He didn't have any problems. It's a standard contract for the state.
And if I have a question, sorry. Go ahead and finish.
I was gonna say, it's the same procedures were already in place. It's just
It's just,
now expands it.
correct.
My question was, is it to the discretion of the clerk to offer this service? Like if, let's just say in 5 years from now, this is something that they eventually like don't wanna do, it's a discretion of the clerk. So it's like the same as the passports.
Yes.
Okay.
So, in
This
fact, I think
contract
the-
goes through 2030.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in fact, this contract, I believe, is a 5-year contract, and then after that, it needs to get.
Then like
So
the
this
discretion.
clerk, you know, can-
Okay, so
Thank you, Commissioner.
second.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Talamantes, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? It's a 4-year action
A 4-year
because it
contract?
expires 2030 and we're in 2026.
Considering the date, they might extend the
Extend
date,
it.
or
Well,
alter the date to be a
the
5.
one that I have to sign here today says 2030, March of 2030.
I think it's gonna be a great opportunity as well to increase revenue in the office.
3.17, discussion and appropriate action to accept the award letter from Texas Forest Service to purchase bunker gear, the Dimmit County Fire Department.
Good morning, Judge, good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning, morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is just to approve the grant, correct?
To apply for the black grant.
No, we applied and we were awarded,
To
it's just to accept the award letter that we are able to purchase the turnout bunker.
We're missing the addition of the cost of the bunker here, where the Forest Service is gonna pay, 25,000. And
95% of the cost, correct?
Yes,
Not
yes.
to exceed 25,000.
Yes.
What is normally the cost of the bunker gear?
It just depending on how many sets we order, ma'am. As of right now, I believe, the 5 sets that we're ordering with everything, I believe is gonna be around 25,000.
it's more than,
Is one,
it's
that
29.
was the wrong one.
It's, we couldn't get them all in one, so for 5 of them, so it's gonna be like an 80% increase.
So, the county would be,
Liable for 5%?
5% of the cost, correct?
Yeah, a little bit more than 5%.
Sure. Yes, I'm sorry.
But we had an addition to it on the cost, so we're missing it, so
Well,
we turned it in.
so it says that they'll pay 95% for up to 25,000, so like he's explaining, it's gonna exceed the 25,000? So the grant will pay 25,000.
Yes.
And then the remainder is
The-
by
the
Dimmit
remaining-
County.
Yes.
I think it's
Correct.
100,000. Yeah.
So it's either 25,000 or is it the 95% of up to 25,000?
Ma'am,
The county's the responsible
it's
for.
25,000,
So the limit is 25,000?
yes,
Yes.
Okay.
and then we pay the other percentage.
Yes.
So as long as you don't spend over 25,000, the county shouldn't expect to put any
No,
monetary.
No, no, ma'am.
That's, so the way that it works is that
That's
they.
what some grants we have to match, like a certain percentage.
So the way that this grant works is that they cover up to $25,000. So let's say, for instance, that it's 29,000, the county will pay the $4,000 difference, and this grant will pay up to 25,000.
And we get reimbursed the 25,000.
That's what I was asking. just
Correct.
asking if it
So
was-
the county only pays whatever, and it's better than paying 29, 30.
Yes.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
Second by Commissioner Odena, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good day.
Thank you.
what do you? And what is the question?
I guess I just got kind of like confused, so it's still like, it's still saying 94% of the cost. I don't think that's it.
Meaning that the grant's gonna pay 95% of the cost, and the county pays 5% of the cost, up to $25,000.
So that's what I'm saying, we're still gonna be liable for the 5%, not the full 25,000.
We're gonna be liable for 5%,
Okay.
but yeah, you're reading it wrong. So 25,000 is what they're gonna give us, up to 25,000 is what they're giving
So
us.
our match from the grant is gonna be 5% of that 25,000.
No, ma'am, no, ma'am. So there is no match. What we have to, your word of matching means is that we have to give 5%. So like, let's say for instance that, the, grant was $10,000, I mean, that the bunkers cost $10,000. They would pay 95% of it, which would mean they would pay, what is it, 7,500, and we pay 5%, which is 2,500.
So 5% is just
So
our
so
coverage.
5% is what the county's gonna cover. And it can, what they're saying is that they will give us up to $25,000. So like, let's say for instance that it costs 50,000, then they're only gonna
Gonna give
give
up
us
to
25,000, the county has to pay the remainder 25,000, which exceeds 5%. You see what I'm saying? But 95% is what they're saying, up to 20, or up to 25,000, because it could be less, what they're gonna give.
Mhm.
Essentially, they're just trying to cover themselves. Is what that means. 3.18, discussion and appropriate action, approval of resale of property accounts numbers 15193 and 15263, and the issuance of an order pursuant to Texas Tax Code Section 3405, Purdue and Brandon.
Good morning.
Morning.
Any questions?
So these are the bids amounts?
These are the minimum bid amounts that he's recommending or requesting. So today, is for us to approve to allow Purdue to, resell these properties.
The court is welcome to proceed with any figure, any amount that they want to, proceed with. We have seen interest for the parcels as high as $700 a piece. Given that the parcels are currently listed, based off the last certified value of last year, since they haven't certified values here yet or officially closed those out, or I guess they just did, but we're going based off of 2025. Those are 6,362 each. So 700 felt a little light. So we could, if the court wishes to, start bidding at 700 or start bidding at any other amount, and see ultimately where the bids fall. So we just want to be in a position to offer this up again, at whatever price point you guys want to start off at. Adjudged value, these were originally capped back at the original sale in 1998 at $50. I think they were actually sold or attempted to be sold for higher than that. But $50 is what legally it should have been capped at. So in theory, if y'all wanted to accept the 700, y'all could as well. That'd be another option, and it wouldn't require, because $50 was the cap, the $700 each would go off with you guys. We just felt like that wasn't the best option for the entities. The best option would be start off the bidding at least at 700 or any other figure you want above that, and then again see where things fall.
That's a recommendation to start it off at $700 from the firm.
At the very least, given that they're over $6,000 in value, it's up to y'all as to whether or not y'all feel like that might be inflated.
I think so.
But yeah,
I think that,
I
your-
wouldn't disagree, Judge.
I think your recommendation is,
A little high.
yeah, I would say like 500 or something.
I was about to say, I feel like if we want to take the recommendation and meet somewhere in the middle, the 500 seems like a more appropriate price.
So what you could do, you already have an offer for 700.
So,
If y'all approve it at the 700, I can close it out. Or if you want to start the bidding off at 700, and we can notify him and just tell him, just be present at the courthouse steps. We're gonna start bidding at your bid at
we only have
$700.
one bidder?
There's one bidder that's shown interest. There was a previous bidder prior to, but they backed out years
Is it
ago.
Both properties, are they interested in or just one?
Both.
Both at $700 each.
Correct.
I would say 100, yeah. Motion then to set it at 700.
Each.
Yeah.
700.
Okay, and I do have the proposed order and the exhibit. All I would need is
I have it.
yeah.
I'll get it to you, once I get it from you.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. I have a
Thank you.
motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.19, discussion and appropriate action, approval of the 2026 tax rate worksheets and planning calendar. Commissioners, again, this is, the way we've done it before is, Mrs. Sandoval gives us a calendar that we just need to have approved, that indicates the timeline for, the next, adoption of tax rate. Are there any questions? If there are no questions, I entertain a motion on the worksheet and planning calendar. Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Then we have 3.20, discussion and appropriate action for proposed 2026 tax rate and record vote.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is just a breakdown with comparison to last year.
Ms. Sandoval, this one in particular, on the tax rate is, we don't have to vote on that today to approve the actual tax rate, correct?
Not the actual, but you would need to propose today.
Proposed today. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, our adopted rate from last year was 28 cents. The new no revenue tax rate recommended is 0.37. I will represent to the court that in my discussions, obviously it's a big jump, approximately 0.09 jump. So I've been speaking to our auditor and auditors, and the numbers and how they reflect. It's my distinct understanding that the recommendation to this court was gonna be the no new revenue tax rate to be at 0.29. And that would, allow the court, or allow for the budget to be, to stay within the parameters. There's still was gonna be a loss, because of the, values, but that was my distinct understanding from what I got last week by our auditor, Mr. Pereira.
The only thing is,
Yeah, right now you're not voting on tax rate.
I understand that, but you
So-
still have to give her a
right,
proposed.
I would suggest going a little higher, just like
For the 31?
31, and then come back once
Yeah,
Commissioner Court goes through the budget and decides what.
We can go down, we just can't go higher than the 31.
Right.
Right.
Correct,
So,
because then we
yeah,
have to
that's
go
why
put
I'm
it through
recommending.
a vote.
Yeah, because right now, the highest you can go is the
Yeah,
0.3798.
that's the highest we can go without having to go. to the
So
voters.
either way, you would still be below.
So we can just accept the proposal today and then come back.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's perfect. Thank you,
I have a
Mrs.
question, Ms.
Sandoval.
Sandoval.
Yes, ma'am.
Who sets the proposal rates? Is it you, your office? Like the?
No, like she, the judge said,
Everybody
it's,
like all together?
yes. So right now you'd be proposing it and taking a vote, just so we can place it in the paper.
Yes,
But
sir.
then we come back, like, it says on the planning calendar, we come back on the 17th and do a public hearing.
Okay, I'm sorry, let me reword my question, that I didn't ask it the correct way. Who sets these numbers, these proposed numbers? Is it?
court.
Yeah,
No, these
No,
come
no,
from
these
the,
numbers come from the
That's
tax
what- that's- yeah.
tax appraisal.
The
So
appraisal
we
district.
get the numbers from, so all your valuations and whatnot, those come from the tax appraisal, district, and they bring it over to Ms. Sandoval, myself, and Mr. Pereira.
And
then
then I
she
calculate
calculates
based on
the
the state
numbers.
controller's
so then
worksheet.
this is their, the appraised position's recommendation, but we obviously set the, whatever. we
Not
want.
No, it's
recommendation.
not their recommendation.
They certify the
They
value.
certify.
Certified.
Yes.
these calculations, yeah, so
So
they
then
give us,
why did they jump so much, is what I'm trying to understand.
oh, those
What-
are their evaluations.
No, so they didn't, it's not that they didn't jump so much, they actually went down
They
a lot.
decreased.
They decreased. So what happens, in county government is whenever your taxes, when your
Your values go
valuations go
down.
down, you wanna bring your taxes up so that you can stay at a balanced budget, because if not, if your appraisals go down and your taxes stay down, then for county, for
Yeah.
taxpayers, it's great, right? Because you're paying less, but for county government, it's not, because then you're shrinking your budget because you're not having the same revenues that you used to have before.
I remember Ms. Pereira going over with me this, last year that we did it, I just didn't know where these numbers originated from, or like where we started off with these numbers.
They come from the tax appraisal district. Any other questions?
So the
So-
2026 no new revenue will be 31?
No, we have, that has not the recommendation yet. Right now, we can approve for Ms. Mary to have what she needs to follow the law to stay in compliance, which is to approve this 0.37. We can't go point past.
Yeah.
But when we
then
come for the
back
17 on the
17
budget,
down.
correct.
I would
exactly.
recommend judge, we go with at least 33, 31, proposed rate.
Okay. So I'm gonna recommend to this court, that we propose a rate of 31, please. Do I have a motion?
We're not gonna come back.
So move.
No, we do come back. We're gonna come back. This is just to propose. And then we come back.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner
What
Got
did you say?
0.31.
Second,
Second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
aye.
I have a question.
Ma'am.
Is there a reason why you said 33?
Huh?
Just
Just
33?
to read in the middle.
I just said 33, 31 because actually that's still below the 0.37.
Exactly.
And we can't go above 31 if we set 30.
No,
No, we can't go above 37.
you can't go above
You
37.
can be below that, but you cannot go above.
No, but after you publish, we can't go above 31.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. If we
Correct.
propose 31 right
Correct.
now, then we're not gonna, if we come back on the 17th, we're not gonna be able to do 33. And right now,
Correct.
yes, you recommended 33. That's why we were asking.
So it's up to you. It's up to the court. You wanna go 33, wanna go 31, you tell me and I'll publish it in the paper.
My recommendation to this court is to do 0.31. And I had a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona and a second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
It was-
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.21, discussion and appropriate action, approval of TXDMV optional fees calendar year 2027 for vehicle registration.
Okay, these fees, we're already at the highest, which is the $1.50 for the child safety and the $10 for road and bridge. So I just needed to get approved to send it into the DMV.
So motion by Commissioner, you have a question?
Yes, no, Judge, I just wanna go back to the last line item and abstain, please.
I have an abstention, to open back up on 3.20, abstention by Commissioner Talamantes. Thank you.
Thank
I have
you.
a motion by Commissioner Noguera, is there a second? Second by Talamontes, all in favor? We're talking about the one we just did.
I had a question about that, for the vehicle registrations, do you also do boats?
No.
Okay, and it's to your discretion, your office, if you
Correct.
want to do the add-on.
Yes.
No other questions?
Are you still seconding the motion, or you're not seconding the motion?
No, that's fine, it's to her discretion if she wants to or not, I just had the question, because I know that we learned about it, like how to increase like the revenues in some areas, and I know that nobody does vote. Like
We don't have too much interest in the votes here, so it would.
So there's not really anywhere here, but I was asking if we did it, I wasn't sure if we did or didn't, but it's still to her discretion whether
Right.
she wants to or not.
Correct.
Thank you, Val, I think that's appropriate.
Yeah,
Yes, we
we
got
have to
to
go.
Laredo. We usually send them to Laredo.
Thank you. Yes, I am. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sandoval. 3.2, discussion and appropriate action approval for Commissioner Valerie Julissa Talamantes to attend the 2026 Northeast and North and East CJCA Conference, July 20th to the 23rd in Montgomery, Texas.
Josh, this would be a reimbursement at this point.
Are there any motions?
Motion?
Is there a second?
Second. Where's what, I'm trying to find.
Is this a reimbursement?
She's asking for a reimbursement.
Yeah, backup for this?
Yeah, it's on there.
I can't get mine.
This is the one that I went to right after, the flooding had started. This was the training that I was at, that I needed about 4 or 5 credits from that class. So when Commissioner asked me that it was the same, I went for the agenda because the agenda was different.
Do you have it? I can't find it. Mine only goes up to 3.2.
Nope.
It's in a different file.
Different one.
I don't have a second.
Uranda gave you the second, so now you need a third.
You gave a second, Commissioner? I didn't hear.
But, yeah, I did second it, but I was looking for the backup, judge, because on my laptop,
So are you gonna second it or you're not seconding it?
well, yeah, I'm gonna second it, I just would like to see the backup, but I can't see it on my laptop.
I can provide it to you within the 24 hours, Commissioner.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition?
Aye.
Aye. Motion
Bells.
fails.
Can I ask why the opposition?
I just motioned it. That's my note. No, no, no.
Anything else you want to let me know why?
We had already voted on it last commissioner's court, and I have voted no, so I'm sticking to it.
Commissioner Carmona?
Same thing, we have voted against it.
3.23, discussion and appropriate action, approval for Commissioner Jose Urenda to attend the 2026 Far West Texas Conference, September 19th, 18th in Terralingua.
There's supposed to be attachment, but I can't see it.
I have I have it. I don't know if everybody else does.
I don't know. Figure out.
Motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Urenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.24, discussion and appropriate action, approval to repair the lift station that services the Border Patrol Station, Arena, Sheriff Department, and Sports Complex located in Industrial Boulevard.
Judge, I place this item on the agenda also to take action on the repairs and upgrades to this lift station. This particular lift station handles all the waste from Sheriff Department, the Rodeo Arena, the Border Patrol, and now the sporting complex should be added to it. And with the years of utilization of this system, it developed several issues. One of them,
This was not the one that will have to have any cost sharing with the city, correct?
cost share, they maintain it and
Okay.
operate it. We just endure the expenditure to upgrade it and keep it running the way it used to be running. And I believe originally the county, years back, constructed it with that same, concept where the county was gonna construct it because it's actually utilized for strictly county buildings. There's no city, utilization for it. But since they uphold the license, they're the ones that operate the system and maintain. But this system has, endured some, damages and maintenance, issues throughout the years. And at this point, the maintenance, this is part of maintaining it and.
So this one would, just for, purposes of, information, this one would help assist with the one that's currently there, right? Because I know that the sheriff's office, there was a lot of issues, there was a lot of stuff that was found, right?
Correct, a lot, in this process, they would install what is called a screen, which would capture a lot of the debris that's coming in from the sheriff's department, side, and which is causing clogs and pumps to fail because of the debris. So there's gonna be two pumps. So in essence, what would happen if one side went down, you would still have the other side to continue operating. Right now, there's only one pump running.
Commissioner, has it been repaired before through Zone Industries, or this is the first time we use Zone Industries?
So.
This is what the city gave us, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
this
think
is what the city gave us.
because there was a previous quote for a motor and pump that needed to be installed, which is the one that's working right now.
Yes.
Then.
We had approved of it a couple months ago. That was the one that was a cost sharing with the city because, it's the one that the city maintains and it had messed up. So that's where you probably got the zone, because that's what the city recommended, right? If I'm not
Right.
mistaken.
Commissioner,
Yes, sir.
Long shot.
I'm asking if it's the
Can we
zone,
get
because that's what's
somebody
attached to.
like trained
That's the
for
backup
this?
attached to it.
That was,
That's
I
the
didn't,
backup that's attached to.
I know, but what was your question?
That's why I'm asking if we're gonna use Zone Industries, because that's what's attached to the backup.
As far as I'm concerned, I believe so. Your
Yeah.
question is if we're using zone industry.
Yeah, and this is really not my choice. This is the city. They use this,
Oh, I understood.
this company throughout the rest of their systems that they have throughout the city. So in order to keep the same product, the same brand of pumps, motors, and whenever something goes down,
You
it all.
just have to go to
it all
one
fits,
vendor.
Yes, instead of having one Ford, one Chevy, just to give you an example, and different parts, they keep the same vendor.
I have a question, too.
Go ahead.
Commissioner, I do appreciate the city helping you out on this point, but is there a way we can have somebody trained for this just in case?
You mean from the county
From the
to be
county.
certified?
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
So,
That's something that we had discussed before, Commissioner, Uranda, when we met with the city, when the original, or the one that's current right now had broken down and they wanted cost sharing, was because they wanted us obviously to pay for it because it's our lift station, but they're the ones that monitor it simply because they're the ones that are certified to monitor it. So I believe that, there is a possibility for us to have somebody within the county to take the courses needed, that need to be had in order to be certified to monitor the substation, correct?
You're correct, Judge, and there is, I agree with Commissioner there, just to add to his question, there is such a possibility of getting somebody certified. I think the biggest, the difference here is, the reason that it's established the way it is because one, you have to have a special permit and licensing from TCE to operate the system because it's a sewer plant. And cost effectively speaking, as long as the city is okay with, because they have two operators. And the way we have to look at it is the city has a number of lift stations that they operate. For us, it would be basically one lift station. Does it make sense? So we'd be enduring the cost, to certify somebody, which in reality, it wouldn't hurt to look into it to see how much the cost would be. If it's not an outrageous number, then obviously it would make sense to at least have somebody on our end. But right now, the way it's set up, because the city has so many lift stations throughout, they just basically adopted this one. And, that was the agreement originally, is that correct, Mr. Pereira?
But I understand that, but he won't be solely be attached to that, he'll be doing other work
Right.
other than just maintaining the sewer pipe.
Right.
So,
Do we need to bid this, do we need to bid this out? Do we need to bid it out?
I was gonna ask because the dollar amount is over $105,000.
I think they're, the city
It's
assured that they
commission,
were.
I thought it was by board, from what?
I don't see the quote anywhere that says 5. No, it's.
On
Cause
the
I
phone,
asked-
on the
I
phone
asked them.
number, it doesn't say that, but I wanna say, cause the last time when we approved for this company, cause that's the company that the city uses, they were by board, from my distinct understanding,
Right.
but I mean, if you need to get clarification, you can. but-
We would definitely get clarification, but, more than anything, this system is meeting, the attention. But, I will get, clarification to make sure that this company is viable, and if it's not, I'll bring it back. Okay, yes, sir.
So
But
are you
and I'll look
asking
into
this
the-
court to table it at this moment, or you are asking for the vote?
Well, here's, I mean, we can, it's up to the court, but I honestly put this on the agenda because we're fixing to work on our budget and the amount needs to be obviously covered and.
Commissioner, is this coming out of Ocio, or
No.
are we getting it out?
That's the oath.
No, this was already
We
projected.
already had funding.
Yes, we have funding for this already.
Yes.
Back in the tax notes 23 update.
In 2023.
Yes,
So
So-
is,
but if not,
would your motion be to approve
Correct. So,
subject to the fact
Subject
that
to
you're
the-
gonna confirm if it's by board, and if it's not by board, then you'll bring it back?
correct,
That's your motion?
that's my motion.
Motion by Commissioner Uranda, second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Discussion and appropriate action, approval of MOU between Crystal City and the Windmill Golf Course.
Judge, I'm gonna respectfully ask that we table this, Ms. Hyde is not available to present the, MOU.
Motion to table.
Motion to table by Commissioner Noguera,
second,
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.26, discussion and appropriate action requesting battery backup needed for server room in sheriff's office.
Morning all.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning. Sir.
Javi, which one do you recommend?
I recommend LD Tech.
Mr. Castaneda, the funding for this is coming out of where, sir?
I plan to take it out capital equipment for the IT.
Capital equipment from IT?
Should I have a question?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
How you, this backup, battery,
Mm.
it's for their server?
It's for all their servers and the networking equipment there.
So, if we were to have a power outage,
Hmm.
it would.
It should last for a few hours before, any
2 hours?
shut down. A couple hours.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. The sheriff department, do they have a generator?
They do. This is just in case that fails or if there's like a power surge where it flickers. That way all the machines don't turn off and cause more issues.
A power surge?
That flickers, the machines.
Yeah, yeah, so like here, whenever the electricity flickers,
Some computers will end up turning off unless they're plugged into a battery backup.
Are they currently under a battery backup?
They haven't opened yet.
But they're currently have one right now.
Yeah, it's an old one that needs to be
And it
replaced.
works.
It works somewhat.
What do you mean somewhat like, no?
It wouldn't last as long as this one.
It's an old.
And this one would allow us to replace certain modules. So that way, if, let's say, one of the batteries goes out, you can just replace that one little section without replacing the whole thing.
Got you. Thank you.
Mr. Hobby, is it the one for 16,700?
Yes. So that's it.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena, all in favor?
Which one are we approving?
The LD Tech for 16,750.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.27, discussion and appropriate action approval for Road and Bridge 4 to purchase a rotary 18,000 pound capacity 4-post lift for Metroplex. Here you go, Commissioner.
Judge, I don't know if I have to bring it back or we can add the attachments to it. I forgot to put attachment to it because it comes with the rotary jacks.
Is that on your,
On the agenda, it says backup.
I know, but the attachments that you're talking about, are they included in
Yes.
these prices?
Right now, we have one rotary lift, the 4-post, so we needed another one so we can at least do 2 vehicles at a time. The guys need to. And then it's coming out of maintenance, not maintenance,
I have a question because
Capital
on
equipment.
here, this is, 19,000, but on
no,
none
no,
of
no.
this,
It's 19,000 because it was 2 agenda items, but only one is in the, that's for my tractor.
the front loader or something. So this doesn't belong here?
Those were, because it was 2 agenda items, but I only see one in the
On the
agenda.
agenda. So this one's not for this right
No,
now?
ma'am.
Okay.
Commissioner,
Somebody move that over there. You have a question, Commissioner? I'm sorry.
I,
Go ahead, Commissioner.
you said you have one right now?
Yes, sir.
That's working?
Uh-huh.
What size is that one?
18,000
Also like this? Okay.
And where is this coming from?
from capital equipment. It was budgeted on our budget.
The capital equipment isn't budgeted in your budget for the ACs for the rec center?
I guess that's increasing, just like yours. Yes.
So then there's no funding for this to capital
This
equipment?
is Metro. It's not precinct 4.
It's my guy.
There's 500 in capital equipment in our line items for the ACs at the rec centers.
So this is from,
She's gonna use this funding for that.
No. The funding is in Metro.
Oh,
It was awarded for the fiscal year.
You had brought this to our attention before, right?
Yes, sir.
and you're asking the court, I see that there's 3 prices, one for 38,355, one for 40,000.
For Carl Turner, because the one at the bottom, Parkwest does not have the rollers, the jacks.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're asking for the 38,000 one because that includes everything?
Yes, ma'am.
Other questions?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso
That's
Carmona.
Carl Turner.
Carl Turner. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Urenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.28, discussion and appropriate action, quarterly report for the months of April, May, and June for sanitation department.
Good morning, Commissioners and Judge.
Good
morning.
questions for Ms. Miranda?
Judge Owen and Commissioners Court, we have received our last new truck for the sanitation. We were approved in Commissioners Court for the fiscal year, so we finally got it, and it should be getting here sometime this week. So we would have all 3 new trucks, and we've been assisting the city of Bigos when theirs is down, we assist Bigos with our trucks.
Other questions?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Miranda.
Thank you.
Discussion and appropriate action approval for Admin Montes, Captain Alvarado, and Officer Wenceslao Galvan to attend the Texas Jail Association August 30th through September 4th.
Morning.
Give me 1 second. We're on the,
Okay.
to approve the travel. Ms. Montes, I see on here you have, other expenses. Do you know what that's for? It says $46 for other expenses.
I'm sorry, Judge, I was not the one that did the registration. It was, Captain Navarro, and he's not in at this moment. He's at court and rodeo.
Okay.
Is the training at the same hotel?
Yes, ma'am. Well, it's the hotel and we have to walk,
I was gonna say maybe it's an additional fee for parking. If it's one hotel, you have to drive to the other one. I'm not sure.
it says parking 15 minutes.
Any other questions?
There's tax on their, where, I think, should we be technically?
Some of them will charge the taxes, especially like when you go to the resorts, they'll do the city taxes, they won't take those off.
We just get state taxes off.
Yeah.
Other questions? Do I entertain a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Uranda,
Second.
second by Commissioner Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 4.2, discussion and appropriate action approval the use of the Alanis Park for the first annual kickball tournament at waived fee or a discounted fee tournament sponsored by first responders of Dimmit County.
Motion to take away the fee, since it's Dimmit County.
It's not Dimmit County, it's their group of,
But they still get back on a Dimmit County Sheriff's Office. That's where they're.
Yeah, yes, that's the reason for the funds, for like National Night Out and school events. That's what we have this fundraiser for too.
So it's not representation of the county.
You can establish a special fee, like,
I'm saying because we don't give a fee, like whenever commissioner needs to use the arena, do you pay the fee of the arena when it's for the county? That's what I'm saying. It's still the county. They're still getting back as a county. They're still representing the county.
I don't think none of us that use big thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think anybody, when it's Dimmit County, we don't pay for them. So motion to approve with no fee since it's the sheriff's office?
I have no problem, I think, I'll talk to you guys about it, I don't think it needs to be.
I would, if you
Because,
don't mind, Commissioner, just to keep everybody on the same zone. We would establish a fee of $5.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
because I think it was something from
Yeah,
Mr. Gonzalez brought up.
Yeah, just to, just,
Yeah.
and that way
Because it's
everybody,
Well,
everybody.
we've done it for like the arena, even when luncheons and stuff like that.
We
I
have-
understand that, but they're using it to raise funds for,
Motion to
they're-
approve for
for
the $5.
out of pocket stuff, right? Yeah.
Motion to approve for $5.
I have a motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Just have plenty of pancakes. Nice. Nice.
4.3, discussion and appropriate action, approval of contract for medical services at the Dimmit County Jail with Veronica Luevano, FNP. And 4.4, discussion and appropriate action, approval of contract for medical services at the Dimmit County Jail with Robert Mena, MD. In order for us to
Want me to
have
help you
the
with this one?
contract with Veronica Luevano, because she is not a doctor, we house and service inmates from the marshals. There has to be a partnership agreement with an actual doctor that oversees, Mrs. Welleno's, work. And my distinct understanding is that Dr. Mena is going to be the doctor, overseeing the actual medical, and Ms. Welleno's gonna be kind of the boots on the ground, there at the facility.
I have a question. Are we supposed to go out for bids?
I think so.
So I think it's always been done through bids. Or no?
Let me ask a question.
Yes, please.
Okay, morning, everybody. Keith Franklin, representing Dimmit County. You, typically, when it comes to these types of services, that they qualify as professional services. So it's not typical, procurement that you have to go through. But what's often done are RFQs,
Yes.
for, professional services. And then you don't pick the person based on what they're gonna charge. You pick the best person based on their qualifications. And then you negotiate the price from there. So, what I was asked to do, by the sheriff's office, was, I understand that Ms. Luevano has already been providing services at the jail, and that's why we're doing these, in discussions with Mr. Perez, this is how we decided
Well,
to handle it.
right now she's providing services on like a contractual basis because the marshals require us to have an actual doctor. And
That's right, Judge.
because she's not an actual doctor, she's a nurse practitioner.
And this contract is to cover the time period from June 1st to yesterday. So it's actually, for, that period of time retroactively, and then going forward, our contract would not be with, and that contract still says that, she's under a supervising position. But then going forward, the contract with Mr. Mena, Dr. Mena, excuse me, is for, today forward. And, it doesn't matter who that person selects as the nurse practitioner. It's just understood that the doctor who we contract with as the supervising position would have the ability to then
And then
delegate.
another question I have, because we've never done this before, at least in the time I've been here, that we pay for them to go to conferences and stuff like that, and they're asking for that. And we've never paid for that, for any doctor to go to conferences.
That's right, Judge. I had that part highlighted in there because I wanted to bring the court's attention to that. I wasn't sure if that's something that,
I know
understood.
1 year we had that issue with the previous administration that they came, that they wanted, one of the doctors wanted for us to pay. We said no.
Yeah,
We had to take that out. We
Okay,
took it out.
and I'll take it out if you want me to.
That
then.
was also done my first year
Wait,
here.
okay,
'cause I
then
done-
we
it was-
we took it out.
We have, none of the doctors have gone to uni.
And then also,
Las Vegas or something like that.
and also the other concern I had, Mr. Franklin, was that they're asking to be paid at a $400 rate for every occurrence.
Every inspection, Judge. So like anytime the facility needs an inspection or something like that, it's $400.
I understand, but what is the cost,
Otherwise, the cost that's in there is I can't remember it's like 3,000 and change per month, if I'm remembering correctly.
That's the contract.
That's like the retainer, that we pay, and then as services, are needed at the jail, they are on call, on standby, and doing their regular, routine check-ins with inmates, but that amount is what we pay, but that part does need to be corrected. I've, spoken to Mr. Pereira about it. What was originally proposed, and this is a bit of background, this was originally proposed to be a contract with the Dimmit, County Regional Hospital, but they've since been removed as a party, and so now it's just directly, between
the nurse practitioner for the past and going forward with the
So
supervisor.
this is an
position.
increase, Ms. Montes, on how much we're paying? Cause the previous doctor, we're paying him 40,000, and this translates to 46,345.
I didn't, put any, it was just supposed to be the same amount, like the doctor was getting.
Cause the doctor we previously had, we were paying him 40,000 a year, and this one is 40, excuse me?
He was never at the jail.
This one is $46,345.
And then she's up every twice a week to the jail, and she always answers some phone calls whenever you need her.
So to my understanding from when I went to training as well for professional services, going back to it, if we needed the 3 quotes, from what we learned in training is like professional services is even something considering like their training fees. But when you get the 3 quotes, you don't necessarily have to go with like the cheapest person because you also have to take into consideration the service that they're providing. But from my understanding from what we did learn was that 3 quotes was needed for professional services, but you could still pick based off whoever you wanted because of the service that they were gonna be providing. So you don't wanna hire an attorney and then just pick the lowest cost-effective attorney because you want one that specializes in that field. That was just what
If
we
we-
learned
if we go-
last time. I'm not
If
entirely
we
sure
go by,
going back
if we
to
go
the
by what
3
you
quotes.
learned, if we go by what you learned, we don't have 3 quotes.
Well, see, that's what I'm telling, that, I'm just letting y'all guys know based from my point of view, for what we understood, it was that unless you're considering them a vendor,
No, professional services do not require any bids, I mean, you can just bring it, it's optional, you can bring it to Commissioner's Court. If you select somebody for anything, do negotiate beforehand, that's all you need. You do not need to go out for bids, you need for qualifications, or you get 3 bids. For professional
I know
services,
that
that
every
includes
county
architects,
policy is
engineers.
different, so on that situation, I would rather leave it, because I know that we learned how county practices, but,
Right.
I know
And
that
you may
every
have your
county-
own purchasing policy here in Dimmit County that would require that, and
Mhm.
I'm just not aware of it,
But the state doesn't require it.
Yeah.
Mr. Pereira, I'm sure would be aware of whatever the purchasing policy is, but yes, Commissioner, best practices when it comes to professional services is to go out with an RFQ, and then whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 30 responses, you pick whoever is the best, and then you negotiate the price from there. If you can't reach a price, then you go to someone else. But I think the spirit of what's being presented to you all is to honor services that have already been rendered by Ms. Ruevano so that we can pay her. I understand that we've not been able to pay because there's not an agreement in place. And then going forward, if we were to keep Ms. Ruevano's services, Dr. Mena is her supervising physician, and that's what's being presented. But obviously, it's up to you all what you decide to do.
So they're charging $3,862.12 per month, which
Yes,
would be
ma'am.
$46,345.44.
That's correct. And then what I pointed out, what I highlighted there, just so y'all would know, is they have in here up to $5,000 for training. And then that $400 per anytime there's an inspection of the facility by, and I don't know who does those. You all would know better than me. But if you need.
It's the Jail Standards Commission, when they come in,
Okay.
they come and do but I, in the 4 years that I've been here, I have not seen that particular language in any of the contracts that we've had.
Honestly, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it, especially because when you're going to these professional services, you understand that they understand their department and there's what they specialize in. And when you're coming to jail, it's a different thing. So there are things that they can learn in training as far as how to perform their services, but also making sure that they're compliant, they understand the structures of the jail facility. But if it's never been done before, I'm just one that advocates on training.
We do have training, but they're kind of like free, the MHFR, and they usually go, medical assistant, and the nurse usually goes to them. But maybe we have not done any trips where we're training, out of state or anywhere else.
And I think yours, as a county employee would still be covered. This is, separately.
Correct,
Where
because
the
it's
county
a-
would be agreeing to pay for training for
Exactly.
a contractor.
Exactly, it's like us,
So, but
it's like us paying for you, Mr. Franklin, to go to get your CLE.
That's
We
right. I
don't
don't
do
think
that.
y'all would like that.
No, I don't, well, I mean, I don't think it's an
So I
appropriate
haven't
expense.
proposed it, but again, it's what's been proposed here. If the court's uncomfortable with that, we can remove that part. I already do have to make the change that Mr. Pereira talked about, which is that we can't prepay. And as of right now, what you'll see in here is payments are due on the first of the month before services are provided, more like a retainer. He's saying, because, they're a contractor, we've got to pay after services are rendered.
Rendered.
So it would be due, the change that I'm gonna make, of course, subject to your approval, would be, for payment on the first of the month following, the month where services are rendered.
So I have a question for you tonight. So you're like, for the employee for the county place, is Miss Levino a county employee or is she a professional services?
She would be a professional services contractor.
But she is the one that is on site Monday through Friday.
Yes.
So that's what I was saying. Since technically she's not a county employee, training for that individual seems reasonable on my standpoint, because she is in the facility Monday through Friday. And if
She's not there all the time.
No.
She's not.
okay, well, she is
There,
there. Mr. Mena,
we call her in.
Yeah, she's there when, when y'all need her.
Or we call her.
Yeah.
Mr. Mena, I understand
Yes.
not having training for him because he just oversees the licensing, it's like the constable, they just oversee it. But
I'm still, I'm reading this, it says 38,621.20. But then the monthly is 3,862. Why is it at that 5,000 we were talking about, or?
No, Commissioner, it's because we're looking at these two contracts and they cover 12 total months. So the contract with Dr. Mena is just for 10 months. And, because it's picking up today, the contract directly with Ms. Luevano.
So you're telling me that we're gonna be paying, 48,000 times two?
No,
Are we, what are
there's
we,
only 2 months worth
okay, but
of
what are we paying Dr. Mena?
38,621, and then you're paying the balance of that 46,000, roughly.
Okay, but
It says-
we're paying Dr. Mena $3,862.12 per month. And then he takes money from there to pay Dr. Lovin, Mrs. Lovin.
That would be correct, and I don't know, that would be a question for Mr. Pereira, that's above my pay grade. Where under the contract with Dr. Mena, would we continue to pay Miss Luevano, no.
So
I think we would pay
so
Dr.
this is,
Mena.
so this, excuse me?
it's two different items.
That's my question is, so if that's the case, we're gonna be paying 80-something thousand.
No, Judge, there's only, it's 12.
I know, but the way the Commissioner Talamantes reads it is we have two items. We have a contract for services with Lovano and we have contract services with Mena. My question to you is, the contract that we're getting into, in terms of the financial aspect of it, it's to pay $3,862.12
For 12 months.
for 12 months to Dr. Mena. And Dr. Mena will turn around and pay Mrs. Wellman. We're not paying two different paychecks.
Correct, let me explain. You're gonna pay, we have one contract that's for $3,862.12 for a total of $7,724.24 that we're going to pay to Ms. Luevano pursuant to that contract for 2 months. For services already.
Where's
rendered.
that contract?
They're both in there, that's why there's two
Yeah,
items.
no, but they both say the same amount,
They do
3,000, yes.
The next one,
3,000, they both say 3,862 at the back.
that's correct. So now the contract for Dr. Mena is for 10 months. So the 2 months for Ms. Levino plus 10 months for Dr. Mena, total of 12 months. It's the same $3,862.12 per month for 12 months. So the total that Dr.
So
Mena.
my question is why are we having two contracts then? Why can't we just have a contract with Dr. Mena? And then Dr. Mena goes and hires, Mrs. Lovino, and then he pays her, because that's the one that's gonna be here all the time. And then we have a separate, contract for the last 3 months of services that she did for us contractually based. That's not what these contracts show. That's what I'm telling you. Read them. That's not what they say. I understand what you're saying, Mr. Franklin. What you're saying is that we need to pay Mrs. Luevano from June the 1st, from when she started working contractually for the, sheriff's office, for the jail through today, August 1 or July 31st. So then that should be one contract, because what you're telling me is that Mr. Pereira says she has not been able to be paid because there was never a contractual agreement with her. There was never a contractual agreement with her. So therefore, she cannot get paid. So we need to have a contractual agreement with her from June 1st to July 31st to pay her. I understand that. None of these contracts reflect that. These two contracts reflect services starting June 1st, commencing June 1st with Robert Mena, that's what it says here. And then the other one says commencing means to start with Mrs. Lovano, June 1st. So what I'm being given here is two contracts, two separate contracts. Going back to what Commissioner Talamantes said, why there's two agenda items. So you're asking this court to approve two separate contracts, and if we're approving two separate contracts, then that means we're approving two sets of the 46,000.
No, Judge.
So then,
There are two-
can you just represent to the court to give us one partnership agreement with Dimmit County and Robert Mena, and within the language of that contract, for that contract to reflect that he is going to appoint Mrs. Lovano to be his boots on the ground here, and then he can pay her. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Couple of things. Go ahead.
Well, the problem is that the nurse was working from June 1 through July 31st. Dr. Bennett had nothing to do that, and he's. not
I
doing
understand
retroactive.
that,
Judge,
and that's
the
what I'm
contract-
saying.
The contract does reflect that it's only from June 1st to yesterday,
That's-
August 2nd, 2026.
I was gonna say that, that's what it says here.
Yes.
It does say that, so it's only for that period of time.
7,000.
Then Dr. Mena's contract picks up today, August 3rd. It does not go back to June 1. It picks up today, August 3rd through May 31st of 2027. So it's only a total of 12 months that are covered, and there's no overlap.
And we're done with
I
the nurse.
understand that, but if you go to page,
I have a question.
go to page 15, Exhibit A, scope of work.
That's where I'm at. Can I ask you a
Yes.
question? Okay, so I heard that you're saying that it's not overlapping. So basically, we're gonna pay the nurse because she's been working since, it's just a 3,852, and then because medically or by law legally, we can't be paying her directly because she's a nurse practitioner, we have to be paying her boss, which is Dr. Mena.
By law, we are able to pay her directly. We're able to use a nurse practitioner in the jail. Best practices and what the advice that we're receiving from the county auditor is to continue to have a contract directly with a medical doctor who's a supervising physician over the nurse practitioner. So that's why we're doing it. But it would not be illegal to have one.
So Ms. Levano, for the 3,800, that covers any of the calls that she goes into the facility within that time frame. Like, you were not gonna have, like, you know how you go to the hospital and you go in, but then later on the doctor bills you separately? So you get billed for the hospital, but then the doctor bills you separately? Are we gonna see that with Ms. Levano, or is it just gonna be a flat charge?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
So like the 3,800, is that just a flat charge for all the calls, or do we get billed separately for like the clients that she sees in the facility?
What's being proposed is that 3,800 is
Covers
a
everything.
flat, yeah, so she's not, nothing obligates her to do this. There's a section in here that says, what types of visits that she does in the jail. But what she has to maintain a visit schedule that they coordinate with county staff. And regardless of what that is, they get paid the same fixed amount for the month.
So this contract that we're signing is just basically to pay her for her services that she's been doing, but it's gonna end today on June motion. Then we can talk about Dr. Mena's contract and how that's gonna play into that nurse practitioner.
And if I may, Commissioner, just to include in your motion, the subject to the change that Mr. Pereira has said we need to make, which is that I reflect that it's going to be not payment upfront, but on the first day of the following month after services are rendered.
Tell me one more time.
Right now, I have it that we pay upfront on the first of the month, but payment will instead be due on the first of the following month after services are rendered.
Okay, so motion to approve the nurse practitioner's contract to be able to pay her for the services already performed at the Dimmit County Jail. the contract ends as of today, June 1st, 2026, or August 2nd, I'm sorry, August 2nd, 2026. And a motion
It
to put
ended
the 30
August,
days.
it ended August first,
Okay.
according to the contract.
Okay, so the contract is gonna end on the first page, Ron? It says August 2nd on the
It's
first.
technically August 2nd, Judge, but that payment is August 1st.
Yeah, cause I'm reading it right here, it says,
So, and then just with the stipulation that payments will be made 30 days after the final billing cycle date.
And the only other thing, if I may, and I'm sorry to do this to you, is, do I leave the $5,000 in there for training?
No, if the contract's ending today, no,
Okay, then I will eliminate that as well.
yes. So motion to also add in there, Ms. McDaniel, to remove the 5,000, please. Did you get it? I'm sure, thank you. So then this is done though. After we pay her today, this is basically what we over, and we're done. This contract is gonna be obsolete, just to be able to cover services. Why are you saying no?
And just authorize payment, please.
I did, and add to the
Authorize
thing,
payment, yeah.
okay,
So-
and authorize payment to pay, add to that, to the motion, please.
And what the good news is the amount's already in there. in the contract.
And then the contract is gonna end today, August 2nd, and then we're going to Dr. Mena's contract. Motion.
Mr. Pereira, who's gonna handle the month of August?
Dr. Mena.
Well, cause according to the contract, it says September 1.
That's the date of the first payment. The contract commences on August 3rd today.
Okay.
My only thing for the motion as well is that she already performed these services and she already worked this time, and so the little details, and especially since it's ending today, I believe that she believes she deserves to be compensated for the work she performed.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Talamontes, second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 4.4, discussion and appropriate action, contract for medical services at Dimmit County Jail with Robert Mena, MD.
Judge, I'm in a motion to table this, just considering how we were confused on the last contract, give you time to go over to make sure that it's gonna meet your standards of what you wanted to say as far as including that nurse practitioner into that contract.
If we table it, we won't have, doctor,
We didn't have one by law.
and we have to have,
We have a nurse practitioner, don't, you know.
we don't have.
The good news is that this contract is terminable for convenience, okay? So if you all want to terminate this and go out and do RFQs or whatever the case may be, you still have the freedom to do that.
The only question that I think that I have is that if it's gonna go to Dr. Mena, because he's gonna be the license holder, correct, right? Are we gonna still be paying the 36,000 to both of them, or is it, he's gonna pay the nurse practitioner from this one?
Yeah, it's a single outlay of 46,800 whatever for
So then
12
we're
months
just-
for medical services at the jail.
So we're gonna pay his office and it's gonna be up
And
to
then we
his
don't,
office
we don't
to
care what he
issue.
does from there. Obviously, it's his obligation to pay,
His employee.
who's under him. Right. And I don't know if there's I was presented with already is there's a delegation agreement between Dr. Mena and,
No.
and yes, Ms. Luevano, specifically for the Dimmit County Jail, that sets out responsibilities, whatever. So she has a document that protects her for payment from, Dr. Mena in the event we're making payments to Dr. Mena, that thing goes there. But our contract is going forward is with the supervising position.
That all sounds great. Keith, the only other, concern I have is on exhibit A4,
Yes.
that, we pay Dr. Mena under this contract for the nurse practitioner, $150 per case if they were to, look at, or to give medical services to jail employees. We don't do that.
Okay, Yeah, that's fine. I can take that out as well.
That's, the county has health, pays for health insurance for any employee, that's full-time, and they, go to whatever doctor they see fit.
And just so everybody understands, I didn't pull all this out of thin air.
I
This is like
know.
the form contract that the Dimmit County Hospital gave us that I fit for our purposes. So yes, I can delete that part as well. I'll note that.
There's 5.2 additional service payments.
I'm sorry, Judge, can you explain to me real quick, you said the $150 per case because the Dimmit County employees have insurance?
Because on here, it dictates that if a jail employee, let's say Ms. Montes
I
wants
see.
to go see, get seen by Ms. Lavano, she can charge us, or Dr. Mena can charge us $150 for seeing, and there's no need for that.
Judge, when we hire, individual, usually the nurse sees, does the drug test and she does physical. So I don't know if that counts for that.
Well, we have a contract already with the company here for drug tests.
Oh, I didn't know
Yes,
for some reason.
we do.
She usually was doing all the nurses had been doing our drug
Who has a
test and our
contract for
screening.
drug tests?
What is it, Mr. A1, or what is it? A dependable.
I don't recommend, and I think that the sheriff's office should be able to use their own drug testing to their discretion.
All this time,
I just,
I mean, ever since.
I
50
understand, and
years
she
ago,
wants to
all that they've
continue
been
to, and
doing
she wants to
that.
continue to do that, she can, I just don't think that we should be assessed
I don't think we
another
have-
$150 for every person
I
that
don't
she.
think we haven't been charged for
Okay,
that. I
good.
can check on it just to make sure that, like, we always, the nurse always done that, are rehiring the jailers, the drug test and the physical.
I don't think this contemplates the drug testing.
Yeah, I don't
This is
think so,
like
it's
the-
more like if
it's
you
the
get sick and
physical
you
or
don't feel
sick.
good,
Oh, no.
they go to
No,
the
they go
nurse.
to the
Yeah,
drug
exactly.
test.
See, cause I was gonna say too, like, I understand for like if they don't feel good and it's just convenient, cause they're there, like, no, absolutely not, but.
That's
No,
what-
she
that's-
doesn't, no.
yeah.
I would
they
say
have
that's what
to-
that
what
is,
the
protocol, like if a jailer's there and a jailer gets hurt while at work and needs like immediate attention and we have no relief and it's not that big of a deal. And then she goes in and sees them for that, like, has that situation ever occurred or?
No, the nurse usually, we just take them to the emergency.
Okay, so you never always have that.
They're all bound, I think, and nurse practitioners too, by the Hippocratic oath. So like if somebody's bleeding out, they're not just gonna be like, well, I'll get my $150, you know?
Well,
So-
my main thing is like, especially because we're going through all these little steps, I don't want for her to, or the contract to read like. If we're unwilling to, you know.
Sure. I understand.
And Commissioner Odena had a question in
Yes, on
section
5.2.
That's just, in regards to,
It's like if they have to get an X-ray or something, they have to go to the hospital for a test or something like that. That's, all this says is that's not covered in the $3,800 per month, that's billed separately by the hospital. Yes, sir.
which we get billed that already, the hospital will send us a bill.
Judge, as an attorney, are you seeing anything else?
My only thing was those on exhibit that I told you, Mr. Franklin.
Yes, and I haven't put a judge. And then, and I'm not saying that I didn't miss a date or something somewhere, so I will scrub it one more time just to make sure this is all clean and airtight as far as continuity, so that somebody can't come and later say, you owe 80-something thousand instead of 46,000.
Correct. I have a motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Are you gonna take out the 150 in the training?
Yeah, we already,
Yes, I'll do that.
4.5. 4.5, discussion and appropriate action, jail status report.
Permission to post, we got the date from Marshall's.
Yes, ma'am. For the new, get with me, and we'll hunt him down.
The Marshall will still hold 40 inmates, Marshalls.
46, you said?
40.
Any questions?
How many do we have, Will? How many that are non-martial?
We have, our counties at 85, so out of the 40, 45. Those we have like, they're, right now, we're
There's
taking a lot of
bench.
intakes right now, so our intakes are going fast at this moment. But right now we have the bench warrants and, out of state warrants, so that's, we take my intake and then they come back.
Any other questions?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Talamontes, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 4.2, Sheriff's Report. Do you have a report?
4.6.
Excuse me, 4.6. Do you have a report?
No, they're asking if we could table.
Motion to table.
Motion to table by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any,
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioner.
any opposition? Motion carries. We have an abstention on 4 and 4.5 and 4.6. Commissioner Odena stepped out. 5.1 status report on utilities. I'm not sure what he wants to do on that, but I'm gonna take like a 1-minute recess real quick so that I need.
Should I, Commissioner, proceed with that? You can proceed without her, she said.
You want me to proceed?
Commissioner, that one, wait.
Okay. 5.1 status report. Motion to table by Commissioner Odena,
Second.
second by Commissioner Talamontes. All in favor, say
Aye.
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 All opposed, motion carries. We're going into financial. 6.1, discussion and appropriate action. Approval for County Auditor Carlos Pereira to attend TAC Legislative Conference on August 26th to the 28th, 2026 in Austin, Texas. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
A motion by Commissioner Odena, second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
One
6 point-
abstention.
I'm sorry,
One abstention, the judge.
one abstention.
I'll mark that.
Discussion and appropriate action. Presentation of Castillo Brown and Hill LLP of Dimmit County 9/30/25 financial statement and approval of report.
You all should have gotten, we emailed you the report. Okay.
Greetings.
Good morning.
Morning. My name is Cody Nichols. I am the representative on behalf of Patillo Brown and Hill, here to present the FY25 fiscal year end audit. Before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you to Mr. Perez's office. Without his team working, coinciding with our office and getting us the materials that we need, we will not be able to complete our audit in a timely manner. So we just wanted to give a little shout out to him and his team.
Awesome. Good to hear.
I have a question. What types of things are you looking for whenever you're doing the audit?
So we assess the financials. So when we go through our audits, we base it on the GASB standards and the AICPA standards. So that the federal level require and the state level require of all local governments. So we go through, while we do assess the controls, we don't offer an opinion on the controls, but we do assess them. And if we do find a weakness in controls, we will suggest it fix. That's the only thing that we don't offer opinion on, but we do offer an opinion on everything else related to the financials. And we do also cover, we do audit Hills grants as well. So on page 1, I'll start with our independent auditors report. So at the top it says, in our opinion, the accompanying financial statements present fairly in all materials respects to the respective financial position of the government activities, the business type activities, each major fund and the aggregate remaining funds of the county as of September 30th, 2025. What this means is essentially we're offering an unmodified or a clean opinion, which is the highest level assurance we as your external auditor can offer you. And then we had an emphasis of matter, a change in accounting principle. So GASB 101 is a new standard that was for all audits ending in September 30th, 2025. It basically reassesses how we evaluate the compensated absences liability that's always been on the books. It turns it into a management estimate, and it's based on percentage versus a full liability. Luckily, how the county has been calculating the liability, it was already appropriate to the new guidelines of the standard, so there was no change in how that liability was calculated. Alright, and then on page 12, we had for the government activities, the government activities are full of pool, and basically it tracks all the government economic resources. So we had an ending net position for this fiscal year end of $185,188,843. That was a $15.7 million increase from the prior year. Most of that increase is due to the new bond issuances that were issued during that fiscal year. And then then on page 42, I'll just go ahead and highlight the general fund. The general fund, but
What was that?
42?
okay, 42. Maybe a little bit further in the book. That's where the general fund budget is. On page 42, the general fund had an increase in fund balance of $4,061,522, which gave it an ending fund balance of $69,137,844. This is a very healthy fund balance increase for the fiscal year end. All the other governmental funds also had an ending.
Is the microphone not working? I don't think so, right? I can't hear you that good, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I talked a little fast too.
Maybe the battery went out.
I'll try to pull louder if all this.
I was coming right back again, sorry, let's press it down. It was on earlier, I think the batteries are dead.
Is this better? Okay. And if you look over the general fund budget, the farthermost right column, we have a variance with final budget positive and then negative. So when we as your auditor, when we look at your budget, we assess on how, mostly on the expenditure side of how well the budget's being planned and implemented throughout the year, especially when y'all do amendments throughout the year. With this,
I don't think it's still working, I apologize, because you said you can't hear me. No, I don't. You want, the microphone, I got more batteries here, do you want? Testing.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So with the general fund budget, when we look at the expenditure, we primarily look at the expenditures. So with this, the county had very healthy budgeting practices with the expenditures. As you can see, we only had one budget expense line item that was overdrawn, which was the intergovernmental by $4,826. All the rest of them were well within the amended budget on the final column. And then on page 20.
What specifically is the intergovernmental?
We,
What is the intergovernmental? I guess that was over.
I have to go back and check, could be the DAs or somebody.
Cause I remember seeing it on the public, on my budget.
No, but it wasn't, yours would be different.
Okay.
This is general.
I think that it's talking about how much money we give to the district to move it.
Yeah, the public facilities is a separate fund in itself.
And then. Sorry, keeps turning off. The general fund ending fund balance was 69,137,844, which was an increase of 4 million from the pre. I'll just.
It's okay.
I'll just go one here.
But go ahead.
Which was an increase from the 65 million in the previous fiscal year, which is a healthy increase. And then on page 20, which will cover the enterprise funds or the business activities, which is the utilities and the airport. The utilities did have a decrease of 2.1 million, and that'll vary year to year. Basically, just have more expenses than you did incur revenues for this fiscal year, and that could just be a one-time expense. And then the airport had more expenditures, especially in contractual services, than revenues, which caused a negative fund balance of 108,000. Do y'all have any questions on?
So basically, it's just a forensic audit of the fund.
One more time?
It's a forensic audit of just our funds.
I wouldn't say a forensic audit, it's a year, we do, a forensic audit would be much more in depth on a very specific purpose, but this is more or less an annual audit that is required by the state.
When's the last time that we had a forensic audit?
We wouldn't be doing those forensic audit, we would be a different firm.
When was the last time we did a forensic audit?
It probably was before my administration.
What would healthy county practice be? Like, how many years?
Mr. Pereira, when was the last time that you had a forensic audit here in Dimmit County?
We have it. I mean, we don't, that's not typical in county government.
It's usually only typical when you have a fraud or a control deficiency that gets identified, that you would need to, like, just say a particular fund and you need a more in-depth analysis of what went wrong and how to deter in the future.
I just wanted to develop healthy county practices and see like typically how often, if one does occur, how many years, since we're getting a yearly audit, just like this, we think it's not in depth, but I think that's a question for a later time. And yes,
That's what she's talking about.
like a forensic audit of absolutely everything.
She's talking about our
financial,
physical, assets as well, is what she's asking in regards to
the whole thing.
the equipment that we own. Where is it? So that's what she's asking, obviously for financial as well, but you're asking in regards to like where
Yeah, because
certain.
if this is an audit that's happening every year, but it's just like a surface base to make sure that we still have a healthy fund balance is what I'm understanding. So I understand this and I get this, and it's required by law that we do it every single year. My only thing was like, if we did do forensic audits, how often, and a healthy county practice, how often should the county be doing a forensic audit?
Well-
But like I said, I do realize that that is not something that your office or your company, specializes in or provides.
We do forensic audits, but it's not best practice for the external auditor to forensic audit their own client that's doing the annual audit.
So like, they do that, but it's not.
They have to get another one too.
Correct, because it's like they're kind of.
It's an independence issue.
Yeah, so it'd have to be a different, audit for them to come in, because
They do it yearly, and it's
Correct.
a partnership relationship, they got forensic audits.
you just
somebody-
don't want any conflict of interest in them saying like, okay, they're doing the financial audit, but now they're also gonna do physical assets audit, so that you just don't wanna have that conflict of interest, but it can be had, I mean, their county had a.
But we do audits on different departments on a monthly basis. I mean, we do check everybody. That's basically, and
When
they,
you say we, mean your office.
my office, right? My office checks all the different offices. We go out there, do audits. of
I
departments.
talked with Ms. Buddy, we're doing,
But the different departments too, like the tax office, the
I just think that it would be healthy county practice to get a forensic audit, whether it be every 10 years or 5 years or something, or maybe even, every term, every 4 years, you know? It seems like a practice that would be, helpful and beneficial to us. But again, I didn't get to sit down with y'all guys last year, and I do know that you sent me a letter in the mail, to ask for this audit, and I don't think that I ever got with you, on that sense, and that is on my part. But, thank you, I appreciate it.
Yes, and if you do were to get a forensic audit, it would have to be a very specialized, like you would have to be telling the auditor exactly. So if you say, I want to audit over capital assets directly, that would be all they'd be auditing. They wouldn't be touching anything else. So those are very detailed and they're very specific and a very narrow scope. They're not a very open scope. So those would have, you basically want to make sure that you have it very defined on what you're wanting that auditor to look for.
But even in the audit, they do check other stuff. I mean, basically, they do go through all the expenditures, procedures, internal
I
controls.
think it's
the whole
more
department.
for physical assets, Mr. Padilla.
Why
Well,
not?
honestly, it's for everything. I just think it's healthy county practice to have somebody every term or so come in, every 4 years as a healthy county practice to make sure that we're staying on track and that everything is,
Our audit does make sure y'all are staying on track. We have to comply with federal and state laws on all the accounting practices. That includes all the assets stored, all the debt stored, all the way the expenditures, the way the budget's handled. And we do have to assess all the controls. We may not offer opinion on, but we do have to assess them like we are offering opinion. We do go through and identify all that. Everything is covered under our scope of the audit. The only thing that we we don't do is we may not dig down into the nitty gritty of the hour by hour that a forensic audit may do. But we look at it as a broad scope of the entire year end and we narrow down. We go each category and we narrow down little by little till we get down to the smallest amount that we can get to. But the forensic audits, like I said, they're very rare. Most places don't do them unless there is a controlled deficiency or a fraud. Now you can get individual audits over other specialized areas, but like I said, you'd want to, if it's forensic, you want to get a secondary auditor in just for independence issues, but anything else you want done internally, we can handle as well. So it just depends on what exactly are you looking for.
You were on page 21, sir.
I'm sorry, page 20. For the utilities had overall, the utilities had an $8.2 million ending fund balance, which was a decrease from prior year. The airport had a negative fund balance of $108,000 due to more expenditures than revenues were incurred. But it's still a healthy fund balance, and the airport should retroactively be fixed in the coming fiscal year. And then lastly, we did conduct a single audit over the federal and state programs that the county has.
What page is that?
It is, they start on page 69 and 70. 69 will be the federal grants and 70 will be the state grants that were covered under this audit. For this audit, we tested the Homeland Security Grant Program, which is a federal program called Operation Stone Garden. And we tested that program, and then for the state program, we tested Operation Lone Star for the state side. For single audits are required by both the state of Texas and the federal. On the federal level, for any expenditures that were over $1 million, there is a caveat to that. If the grant has not been tested in 2 years, even if it was under $1 million, we still will have to test it. And then for the federal programs, we offered opinions on the federal and state programs. So for the internal controls Over major programs, we found no weaknesses. We found no significant deficiencies in the federal and state awards. We offered an unmodified opinion or a clean opinion over the compliance of these programs. We call it the Texas Grant Management Standards, which is something new. Texas is trying to get their grant programs up to the same part that the federal programs are, so they want the same level of assurance, which years past, they did not require, but they are requiring going forward for their grants as these federal grants does, and we found no issues with those grants. And then for the financial statements as a whole, we offered a clean opinion. We found no material weaknesses. We found no significant deficiencies. We found no non-compliance to any of the financial statements and funds that were noted. We found no material weaknesses. We found no significant deficiencies, and we're offering, again, an unmodified opinion. Do y'all have any questions for me at this time?
Questions?
Great.
If there's no questions, I'll entertain a motion to accept the presentation of Theo Brown and Hill of the 2025 financial statement and approval report from the audit.
Second.
So needless to say, for the record, our county is financially sound and
Yes, you're in compliance with all standards. Everything looks good. It was all clean.
Thank you.
And it was a great audit. And
Thank
like as I said, Mr. Perez, his office did a great job.
Thank you. I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Is there a second?
No, Commissioner again.
Oh, y'all sounded so much alike. I couldn't. I wasn't sure which one it was. Who was it, Commissioner Urenda? Thank you, Commissioner Urenda. And there's a second by?
Me.
By Commissioner me. By Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? We have one abstention. Commissioner Talamantes stepped out.
Thank you, sir, so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for the informative presentation.
Yes, thank you. And if y'all ever have any questions, you're welcome to reach out to our office for just an email away or a phone call.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pereira, and your office staff.
I can see it.
Six point three, discussion and appropriate action, budget adjustment between the fire department. We have, budget adjustment, Mr. Pereira, between, the fire department
In the parking, right?
and the fire department.
I have a question regarding the budget adjustments. I had a whole bunch of them, but they're not in here. Your office did.
Mr. Pereira,
They're in here.
We worked on them. It was before we had to cancel the court and everything else, but yeah, I had a whole bunch of budget adjustments.
Is IT one?
There's an IT.
IT,
There's
yes,
IT,
IT was one
Precinct
of them.
3.
Road and Bridge 3?
Whatever,
Are they in here?
Yes.
IT, Road and
it
Bridge
says
3?
IT, it says,
I just see Road and Bridge 3 and IT.
Okay, so yes, but I had way more than that.
On Road and Bridge 3, there's,
where do you see road and bridge 3?
I don't see it.
I don't see road and bridge 3.
Road and Bridge 3 is your
What
it's
line item?
6.6. 6.6.
Mine says,
Sheriff's Department.
Sheriff's Department.
Sheriff Department's right after that.
6.5 is IT.
6.
That's not what I have on my.
6.4 is fire station.
I have 6.3 is fire department, 6.4 is IT.
Sheriff Department not in there.
By Ms. Hernandez, but the backup is here.
I have a budget adjustment.
I have a budget adjustment for IT Road and bridge on,
Okay. Yes, cause Ms.
I think, is it supposed to be,
what about?
that's in the other, that's in the other one. Right now, we're on the fire department.
6.4.
So it says sheriff's department, so it's just a correction on the line item.
That's a 6.3. Yeah, right now, it's fire department.
You've reviewed these already, Mr. Cruz?
My staff did.
So you're gonna move, 1,800 from maintenance and repair vehicle to capital equipment?
Let's just,
What more?
She's asking what for, Mr.
Just for equipment we ordered.
What was your answer?
Equipment we ordered.
Maintenance and repair equipment to, capital equipment.
We had to move it from there because we don't have capital equipment funds. So it had to be purchased through capital equipment. So it was the equipment that we needed.
You already purchased it?
Yes. Anything that we have to get through equipment, it has to be just like anybody else. You have to move it from one department to the other, from capital outlay. It's nothing new, we've done it before. Motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Discussion and appropriate action at budget adjustment between IT department. Questions?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 6.5 budget, Mr. Pereira, this is going forward, this is the agenda that I have here does not show a budget adjustment for the road and bridge that Commissioner Talamontes is talking about.
It's on my it's on our backup.
Yes.
I understand that, but it's not, and it's on the agenda.
I guess I missed it, to the sheriff's office. Cause there's also one for the sheriff's office too.
Because there's one for the courthouse grounds, and I don't have anything about courthouse grounds. I don't have anything for, like, I think where it says,
So there's no line item for it, and there is one for the sheriff, so then we have to just table it and then just go into the sheriff's line item, because there's one for the sheriff. It's just line item wrong.
no, that's what I don't have.
You're gonna have to just wait and put it on the next meeting.
I think on the courthouse grounds, you should have, we were supposed to put road and bridge 3, not courthouse grounds. Because courthouse grounds is Commissioner Carmona. Yeah, unless you were.
No. No, there isn't.
Are we taking all budget adjustments?
We're
No, just
taking
the ones that are not.
the ones that are not on. So it's not,
We can have it as a backup, but if it's not on the agenda, we can't speak on it.
so, the budget adjustment between the courthouse, grounds, that's no action because that wasn't even an item. The next one is budget adjustment between the sheriff's department. And that is maintenance repair equipment, maintenance repair vehicle, publication, data processing to training, uniforms, communication, office supplies, and lease agreements. In the amount of $74,000.
You go with that, Mr. Pereira?
Yes, sir.
Motion.
Second, motion by Commissioner Odena, second by Commissioner Noguera.
I would just like to add that they're putting from maintenance and repair equipment into training, 10,000.
I said that, I said it's going, you just wanna clarify?
Yeah, just clarify that I didn't get my training approved because whatever reason, but we're still adding money to other accounts for training.
And I can represent to this court, and I will represent to this court, Mr. Pereira was with me, that I did have a discussion with the sheriff to advise him that they have exceeded the amount of trainings that they have this budget year. That's never been before. So I did speak to the sheriff to advise him that there's some concerns there.
No, I'm one for training. I mean, obviously, you're gonna have new people coming in and they can get training. It's very beneficial for them. I would just like to point out that we're moving from maintenance and repair equipment to training, and there was a motion on it, and that I'm not getting my training covered.
I have a discussion appropriate, a budget adjustment between the jail. I don't have that, Mr. Pereira. I don't have the budget adjustment.
It's in next 6.7.
And budget adjustment, from the jail is for maintenance and repair, inmate uniforms, maintenance agreements, inmate food, capital equipment, to training and travel, overtime, and overtime.
You agree with this, Mr. Pereira?
Yes, and they've been having a lot of problem transports, and so that's what's caused the overtime.
Second.
Can you make the motion? Commissioner Odena? And second by you, Commissioner?
Yes.
Edelman? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Records management between the county clerk and records management. And that is to move, travel and training to the temporary part-time.
I don't have that back up.
This one,
Okay.
it's not in, it's just.
Yeah, I have it on my agenda right here.
You know how this one is?
I gave it, so I'm-
You gave it?
I'm not sure. I have it. She has a copy for it.
I didn't look honestly, but it's okay because you're moving it out of, not putting it into.
And this is just for the summer person that was working, we can keep her a few more weeks before she goes to college.
Any questions?
We good? Someone,
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. 6.9, budget adjustment between general administration. I don't have that, Mr. Pereira.
Oh. That's the workforce salaries.
That is the miscellaneous to workforce salaries and fringe and benefits. Do you have a motion?
moved.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. What?
Nothing.
Yes, right?
Yes.
Claim docket, all in favor?
Aye.
Claim docket, I have the general fund, $156,794. Dimmit County Airport, $619.25. Dimmit County Golf Course, $5,834.51. Utilities, $14,488.87. Operation Lone Star, $2,640.71. Dimmit County payroll, $194,404.27. Tax note series, $410.36. Interest and sinking, $8,956,725 for a total of $8,384,759.22.
No questions, so moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. I will entertain a motion to recess and adjourn the, regular meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner
Second.
Noguera, second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. I will call the public facilities meeting to order. That is 12:27 PM. Let the record reflect that we do have a quorum and all parties are present. One point three, approval of minutes of regular meeting July 6th and special meeting July 24th, 2026.
Subject to no corrections.
I have a motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 2.1, discussion and appropriate action, new business. Any new business, Commissioner Thomas?
No.
No new business. No action. 3.1, discussion and appropriate action, budget adjustment number 31 between public
Sir.
facilities.
I was gonna ask you, on public facilities, when are we gonna get the report to the sports complex?
Probably at the next meeting, Mr. Bennett. We'll get it.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
The budget adjustment between public facilities. Maintenance and repair equipment and capital equipment to fuel and oil and maintenance and repair for the building. Questions?
You good with it?
Yes, yes.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Rivera. Second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.2, claim docket, $1,312.95.
So moved.
What was that, Commissioner?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Carmona. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to recess and adjourn the public facilities meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I should have told you to turn the whole.